So I haul all this stuff on family vacation, and okay, really it's not family vacation. It's my wife and I. My wife and I got away for a week and came down to the beach. I took the opportunity to bring the stuff with me. I thought I was going to tape in the evenings, and I just enjoyed spending more time with my wife than taping videos. So I'm sorry, I neglected you. We'll get back on track here soon. I just did that last video for Yeti and Yeti Tarpon Beverage Entry Tool. Man, that's a mouthful. Put that review out there. You guys responded well. I think you liked it. I think you did. You liked it. All right, let's get something else. So if you guys have noticed, the audio has improved dramatically since we started doing this channel. And one of the reasons why is that we have an external audio recorder. So this is an H4n Pro from Zoom. And Zoom is a company out of Japan. They make really great stuff. And one of the things they do exceptionally well is they make audio recorders. So you guys can see I'm talking here, and you can see the little levels going across here as it's picking me up on the mic. Comes with a little built-in XY mic up here for stereo receiving, and runs off a couple of AA's, I believe. And we've also got a spot for XLR inputs here on the bottom, and those are for your high-end microphones. May not be something that you're having to deal with just yet, but microphone inputs on the bottom. And then there's actually a spot here on the back to put in a regular lav mic, like I've got a 3.5 millimeter lav mic. So that plugs it right in here to the back. We've got a quarter 20 mount right here, so you can mount it on a tripod if you wanted to. And then on the side here, this is where you control your record levels. So this will actually tell you like how loud you're being, and you want it to peak out around -12 to -6 decibels, because that's going to keep you in a nice sweet spot. If you start getting over 6 decibels, it starts getting really poppy, and you could clip out at the top, meaning the signal will get cut off at the top of the range. So you want to keep that nice and low, but not too low. Lastly, we've got a menu button, some scroll wheel to roll through functions, and then on the other side, we've got the power button, the USB cable box right here, and then the volume button up and down, and then of course the monitoring line right here, so you can actually plug in a set of monitoring headphones, have an audio technician listening to your audio while it's coming in. I'm a one-man show, so that's not happening just yet, but that monitoring thing, really key if you got an audio guy. And then lastly, this is the remote. So I actually have a remote for this thing. What I do is I press it once to start taking the signal in, and it will tell me how good or bad it is, and then I press the second time, and that starts it off. That's really what this is all about. It's a pretty neat tool, and it's got a little SD card slot here on the side. Now what's funny is this model is pretty old, so it's not a recorder that handles a large capacity card, so I think it's 16 to 32 gig is all it'll take. But I think that this is one of those things where you're going to see these get lower and lower in price. In fact, this one, since I bought it, has already dropped like 50 or 75 bucks. So we're now down to the 200 range, I think, for this model. And it's a great solid staple. It's a great place to start out, especially if you don't know what you want. This is a good way to start that. The delivery and audio quality is much better than what I got just through using my phone. So even though I had the lav mic and it was hooked up to my phone, the audio was not that great. But when you plug it in here, this has a built-in preamp. So when the signal comes in, it automatically boosts it before it records it. And then that gives you a nicer dynamic range. Voices are a little more full and rich, and you actually get the full spectrum of the noise. So instead of getting a little sliver like you're talking on the phone, or it's a little better than that, but it's not great. You get a lot better signal when you're recording with something like this. I tell people all the time, people can tolerate bad video, like bad picture. They can't tolerate bad sound. That's why I spent money here first. And as I was starting out, I knew zero about doing these videos, zero at all. And one of my first stops was to pick up an audio recorder. And I'll tell you what, it's paid off in spades. As you guys go back and listen to some of the other videos, and I'll put those, well, over here actually. Look at that, I'm learning a point. Put those over here actually. And that's where you're gonna go to actually see some of my older stuff, and you can tell as I go up through the months, the audio gets better. There's a reason. This guy. I went ahead and bought the kit that has the power adapter and some other stuff with it too. Keeps me nice and together. Anyway, I hope you liked this video on the H4n Pro. I'll start doing some more of these reviews if you guys like them, and teach you guys more about how to do these videos if you want. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you're interested in. I'm happy to teach you. We'll catch you next time. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. And that's how YouTube knows that people are interested in my content and to suggest it to more people. So if you sign up, great. Appreciate it. All right, take care. I'll see you next time. Sun is bright today. Just kidding, it's not bright today. I'm inside, as you can tell. It's getting brighter out there though. Can you focus? Yeah. That is good.